Reception games. Should we play reception games at our reception? That question is really up to you. What do you like as people? What are your guests like? Does it suit your vibe? I think that's a really important place to start. If all those answers are yes, absolutely. Some reception games are great. I love reception games because I think they bring a great deal of energy, a great deal of uncertainty, which I think is a good thing as well, because it creates moments that you couldn't have anticipated. It definitely makes moments. And if they're done in the right way, it's controlled, everyone's okay, everyone's safe. And it's something that people will remember, something they will laugh about, something that they'll walk away from your wedding and go, yeah, that was actually pretty funny, or we got to see, yeah, a fun side of this person, or yeah, that was really cool. I like to use games to bring up the energy in your reception as well. So typically, once the sort of the formal parts of the night done, that could be speeches, cake cut, any of those sort of parts, but before the dancing starts. So you shift from that, as I said, formal side of the night till you're bringing people's energy levels up a little bit subconsciously. So they actually don't know that it's really happening. But as I said, you're bringing those energy levels up a little bit just before that dance or just before those sort of that formal dancing. So when that dance hall opens, people are ready to go. You've got them moving, you've got them out of their seats, you've got them laughing, smiling, enjoying themselves. So they're absolutely ready to go when your dance hall starts. Let's start with the classic shoe game. The way that I like to run it is pretty standard, back to back. You could grab one of each shoes, so person one and person two. Make sure you've got one of each shoe. That's very, very important. I've also seen face paddles, so you might have one of you, one of your partner. If you have sort of an intimate guest list, you can also give face paddles to your guests. So if I ask a question, people can put one of those paddles up. Now that takes a little bit more work. I do agree with that, but that can be a fun way to engage with your guests as well. I do have some standard questions. I've refined them over time, but I leave gaps for parts of your story, but I also leave blank parts. So on the night, I can think of something that's happened during a ceremony, during canapes, during golden hour. So I can sort of bring that up a little bit as well. Always have that trust in me. I'm never going to say something to deeply embarrass you or something that you don't want to share. I understand that. Something else that I do is a shoe game, but with crowd engagement. So prior to your ceremony, and this is not for all couples. I kind of work out which couples I think it will work with, which crowds I think it will work with. But pre-ceremony, I will mention the guests. We have a game later tonight, and you can win a prize. All you have to do is listen to the story. So it works in two ways. People are going to be a little bit more engaged during your ceremony. They should be engaged anyway, but it just makes people listen a little bit more intently. And then when we do get to the reception and we do get to that shoe game, they know not only is it about the couple, but they're involved also. And, I might ask, where you met or there's always little things in it. That sounds a bit boring, but I do little bits and pieces to, one, engage with that crowd. Prizes are great, so I can hand out little prizes. It could be Smarties or just a little toy or something. But just little things you can do to engage your crowd are fun. The next is the table photo challenge, and this is one of my favourites. This gets people really moving up and about. Can be a bit chaotic, so it's really important to if you've got different sides of the room, so one table from the left, one table from the right, and sort of work your way around. So I typically will write down a list of table numbers so I know exactly where I'm going. So we keep that sort of flow of people on different sides rather than congesting it too much. Really important you start with a table that is high energy. So I always ask my couple, which of your tables is your high energy competitive people, because they're going to set the bar, and we want the bar to be up nice and high from the first table. The second thing, make it a competition. I always give out a prize, or there's always something for the winning table to receive. Competition makes people go to that next level, and that's what we want. I will encourage guests to be creative. Quick. We want them to be nice and quick when they hear their table and come bang. We want you there. We want you to bring things, bring props, bring things. You could lay on the newlyweds laps. You could do whatever you want. But let's be creative. Let's bring some energy. And thirdly, I always get my couple to determine who they think should be the winning table. And that builds a little bit of atmosphere, creates a moment as well. So a couple, once everyone's done, ask which table do you think's won, and get a bit of noise in the room, and then a couple are going to announce which table, get them up, hand them the winning prize, and then it's easy. I use the table photo challenge also to start a dance, or when we don't have formal dancing. So you might do a first dance at the start of the night, or you might not be doing any formal dancing. But how are we going to kickstart that dance? So I use the table photo challenge as part of that. Do that, get everybody to come on the dance floor, and then we announce the winners. Count down from 3, drop a banger, lights down, dance floor's open, everybody's on it. There's a little sneaky trick for you. The final one I'm going to talk about is the scavenger hunt. And that's something I've played a little bit recently, and I really, really enjoy. I asked for 6 people straight away. So typically I might ask my couple to give me 6 names. But if they're like, oh, we've got an energetic crowd, you'll find 6 people. Don't worry about it. I have set questions. I have 5 songs with cue points attached to those. So those songs kind of relate to the questions, but they just bring a bit of energy in the room as well. Obviously, announce what the item is. So number 1 I always announce is a driver's license. Easy to find, gets people moving. They come back. We only have 5 seats. Once all those 6 people have gone out, last person back in that chair is eliminated. I always like to see the items, confirm the items, but the key is they can't go until the song starts. So there's a few things that we can build anticipation, build that atmosphere as we go. Whittle it through until we've got 2 people. Who's on team X? Who's on team X? Build some atmosphere. That one, they run out of the room. There's another little sneak. I'm not going to give away all my secrets, but it's a little bit of fun. We have an absolute belting song that's going to get that energy up. People can sing and enjoy themselves. And then we're going to see who our winner is. And once again, a nice little price. We're not talking super, super expensive, but just something small that they can be crowned as the winner. You can get that nice little photo. And then we can move into, first dance or parents dancing, or just open that dancer again, get people out there, get it moving. The question I get is, does the game go with that formal dance? Yeah, of course. I think it's also a bit of a distraction for the couples as well. Like, they just get to live in that moment a little bit before potentially the pressure that they put on themselves at the first dance. So there's a few games: shoe game with crowd engagement, the table photo challenge, and then of course the scavenger hunt. Of course, there's other games. Does the couple have to be outgoing to play games? No, not at all. It all depends on your host. So I love hosting these games when I've been your celebrant, because the crowd knows me, for one. Couple trust me, and I just get to talk to the crowd a bit. But I've certainly seen where they've had family or friends host sort of games as well. And if they are going, guests will buy in as well, because they know that they're like, oh, they're one of us. Beautiful. So I think just being prepared. If you're working with a DJ, just make sure you've got songs or whatever you need for that. And there you go. There's some games.